Good day, my dear learners. Welcome to English Galore. I am Ma'am Diane, your teacher for today. Are you familiar with these men? If you're going to choose between V or Jungkook, who are you going to choose?
What made you choose your answer? Were your reasons based on facts or personal preferences?
It may be harmless to choose based on personal preferences, but there are instances when these may easily make you biased in believing in certain type of information. For today's lesson, you will learn how to examine biases, especially in tackling issues and informing your beliefs. What is bias?
Bias refers to an author's expression of his or her own opinion on a particular issue without examining and presenting enough evidences. This arises from the author's thinking, which may be influenced by personal beliefs, culture, attitudes, preferences, and past experiences.
To further understand bias in writing, let us study the illustration.
Bias writing is subjective. There is unfair presentation of the issue. It also focuses on one side. On the other hand, unbiased writing is objective. There is a fair presentation of the issue, and it also focuses on both sides.
Do you have any idea when does an author become biased?
An author becomes biased when he or she persuades the reader to believe on his or her own stand of the issue by giving inaccurate information or false impression, even with or without the intention of misleading the readers.
How do you determine the author's bias?
To determine the author's biases and to understand his or her underlying purpose, you must look at the use of evidence and diction. Evidences can be in the form of facts and information, testimonies and direct observations, scientific and legal findings, and anecdotes and philosophical evidences. Diction refers to the words or expressions that help convey the stand of the author towards an issue. These words and expressions may indicate a positive or negative connotation or meaning. For example, my neighbor is a mature woman. The word mature means that the woman is well-mannered. This implies the author's positive view towards the woman. My new neighbor looks too mature in that dress. In this sentence, the word mature means that the woman looks old in her dress. This implies the author's negative view towards the woman.
Here are some guide questions to check the author's use of evidence. Does the author use more positive evidences to support one side of an issue? Does the author use more negative evidences to disapprove one side of an issue? Here are some guide questions to check the author's diction. Does the author use more positive words and expression to present one side of an issue? Does the author use more negative words and expression to present one side of an issue? Let us use the guide questions as we read and examine the paragraph. Identify the words and expressions that signify bias.
Jeepneys have been one of the main modes of transport in the Philippines. They are also the livelihood source of many Filipinos. However, they often cause road congestions and traffic jams. Also, they are obsolete that may compromise the safety of the passengers and may pose a threat to the environment. As such, these jeepneys do not meet the standard of modernization of a public utility vehicle. With this, phasing them out appears to be a much better choice. What are the positive and negative evidences presented by the author? The following are the positive evidences presented by the author. First, jeepneys have been one of the main modes of transport in the Philippines. Second, They are also the livelihood source of many Filipinos. For the negative evidences, the author presented the following. First, jeepneys cause congestions and traffic jams. Second, they are obsolete and do not meet the standard of public utility vehicle. Third, they may pose a threat to the environment. Fourth, they may also compromise the safety of the passengers. The author presented more negative evidences about jeepneys. Moreover, the author also used more negative words which give impression to the readers, making the author biased as he or she was favoring the phasing out of jeepneys.
After you have examined the biases of the writer in the previous activity, you are going to practice further what you have learned by answering the activities in your modules. It has been a fun-filled episode with you, my dear learners. But before I say goodbye, let me ask you this question. Have you ever wondered why women wash the dishes? That will be answered in the next episode of English Galore with Ma'am Diane.